Chosen one, listen closely. God has spoken, and his word is urgent. What is wrong with you? He asks. It's time to cease pouring your life into those who will not receive. Time to awaken to the truth that has held you captive. If you are watching this right now, it is no accident. God has drawn you aside, called you out of the crowd, urging you to shift your energy, redirect your focus, and embrace a new chapter of life. You've been giving your power away, helping those not prepared to receive, and in doing so, you have delayed your destiny. But this moment is the breakthrough you've been waiting for. You are moving from exhaustion, sacrifice, and frustration into abundance, momentum, and unstoppable manifestation. The blessings, the shift, the rise you've longed for, they're not somewhere farther ahead. They are here now. But stepping fully into your calling demands a decision. You must stop draining your energy on those who refuse to meet you halfway. This is not simply a change of mindset, it is a spiritual and energetic awakening. The universe is aligning in your favor, but only if you say yes to the shift. Before we go deeper, do this now. Pause, hit like, subscribe. Let us rise together as 95,000 warriors ready to claim their power. Comment the number 99, the key to unlocking your destiny and amplifying this message's energy. If you are truly chosen, you will not look away. You will watch this through until the end, because your spirit knows this is the moment that changes everything. Let's get into it, because your breakthrough is waiting. God is no longer whispering. He is calling you with urgency. You are his chosen one. Heaven has watched long enough. You have carried betrayal, heartbreak, spiritual attacks, silent suffering, not because you are weak, but because you are set apart. This is not punishment. It is preparation. But the time is now to stop letting your kindness become your chains. God asks, why are you still helping those I told you to walk away from? You have remained loyal to the wrong people too long. You gave your heart, your time, your energy, even your finances to those who secretly mocked you or used you. And now I am stepping in. This is not a gentle suggestion, it is a divine directive. Stop ignoring the signs. Stop watering dead plants. The longer you disobey this instruction, the deeper you sink into the spiritual traps laid beneath your feet. Chosen one, this is not a message for the masses, it is for you. God is doing something serious in your life, but he needs your cooperation. He sees your pain, he sees the hidden tears. Because he knows your heart, he says, enough. It's time to break the cycle before it breaks you. Are you listening? You've gone above and beyond for people who wouldn't lift a finger for you. You've forgiven when they never said sorry. You helped heal them while you were still bleeding. God has seen your every act of sacrifice. He is proud of your heart, but he is also watching how that heart is being destroyed by those who don't deserve access to it. At some point, love becomes self-harm. And right now, you are harming yourself by helping those who only drain, deceive, and distract you. They come when they need, never to pour into you. They take. God says, stop offering your light to those who live in darkness and enjoy it. This is no longer about being good. It is about being wise. Protecting yourself is not selfish, it is survival. God cannot pour in full blessing while you cling to what he is trying to remove. This season is not about saving others, it's about saving you. And if you fail to choose you, you will remain trapped in the cycles you've been desperate to escape. You have been the lifeline for many, always showing up, always helping, always praying for their healing. But did you ever notice that when you hurt, they were silent? When you fell, no one caught you. Some of the very people you helped would not even send a text to see if you were still breathing. That's not love, it's leeching. God is showing you clearly now, your loyalty is being wasted. You are not their friend. You are their free service, their spiritual crutch. But you are not here to be drained and discarded. God says, stop giving so much of yourself to those who won't give you honesty. It's time to stop showing up for people who refuse to show up for you. Every time you help someone who would never help you, you delay your own blessings. You keep your life in limbo. God is ready to release into your life peace, love, stability, but He won't bless a life cluttered with users. Stop rescuing people who love to see you struggle. Your kindness was never the problem. It was misdirected. You gave love to snakes. You gave second chances to liars. They took your goodness, twisted it, used it, laughed behind your back. But God saw it, every tear, every moment you stayed quiet while they slandered you. And now He says, no more. Some people wore fake loyalty like a mask, smiling in your face, stabbing you spiritually when your back was turned. You thought they loved you. They loved your benefits. They cared about what you offer, not who you are. And God is stepping in because He is weary of watching you being drained by those who never deserved your loyalty in the first place. This is your wake-up call. Your kindness should not lead you into suffering. It's time to guard your heart like it is sacred, because it is. Anyone who grows irritated when you set boundaries or speak of God is not from Him. They are a distraction, or worse, a trap. Your financial help has been poured into the wrong hands. Let's be honest, some of these people do not need your help. They need to grow up, but they will not because you keep rescuing them. God did not bless you to bankroll other people's laziness or manipulation. This is your final warning. Stop funding people who would never give to you. Some of them smile, act sweet, but God sees the spirit behind it, and it's not clean. They are using you, and the more you give, the more you lose. Your money, your peace, your sleep, all of it sacrifice for people who secretly mock or resent you. That is not God's will. That is a spiritual trap. Protect your wealth. Protect your harvest. Not everyone deserves access to what you've worked for. If they get angry when you say no, that's your sign. They were never with you. They were only with your money. God is warning you now. This habit of helping everyone financially is blocking your own blessings. Harsh? Maybe, but true. Not everyone around you has a soul aligned with God. Some are spiritually empty. Some are wolves in sheep's clothing. And some, without you realizing, are being used by demonic forces to steal your peace, delay your purpose, trap your destiny. That's why you felt heavy, anxious, spiritually exhausted. You have mistaken spiritual warfare for emotional connection. That person who drains you, confuses you, brings chaos into your life. That's not just bad behavior. It could be a spiritual setup. Some people are walking weapons camouflaged as friends, family, even lovers. And the moment you speak about God or stand in your truth, their true nature is revealed. God is warning you now. Protect your spirit. Pray for discernment. If someone brings constant confusion, steals your joy, gets irritated when you mention faith, they're not from God. You are chosen, and that means you are under attack. But not every enemy wears black. Some wear smiles. Stay alert. This is war, and your soul is the target. They say they're with you. They act supportive, but behind the scenes they mock you, copy you, envy you, pray for your downfall. Don't be fooled by fake loyalty. Just because they clap when you win doesn't mean they aren't hoping you lose next. Some stay close just to watch you suffer or to benefit from your blessings. God is exposing these hidden enemies, and it will hurt. But it will also set you free. You'll start noticing people get upset when you talk about your goals, your growth, your God. That is the signal. God is revealing them slowly so you can disconnect wisely. He doesn't want you making emotional decisions. He wants you making spiritual ones. Some of your biggest battles weren't with strangers. They were with people who said, "I've got you," while spiritually stabbing you in the back. That ends now. This is your moment to step back, observe, move in silence. Let God show you who is real. When He does, don't give those people another ounce of your trust. God has watched how they laughed at you when you were down, dismissed your calling, disrespected your name. Now that He's raising you up, some of those same people will come back pretending to support you. But God says, do not help them. They mocked your faith. They didn't believe in your anointing. Now they want to benefit from what they once rejected. That's not divine connection, it's spiritual leeching. You don't need closure. You don't need to prove yourself. What you need is obedience to God's command. Do not return to what I freed you from. Harsh maybe, but necessary, because if you keep helping those who once tried to bury you, you will only dig your own grave deeper. Forgive them, yes, bless them from a distance. Your destiny is too important to waste on people who never respected you in the first place. There is one test that never fails. Mention God, mention prayer, mention Jesus, and watch their reaction. If someone becomes irritated, dismissive, or angry when you bring up the name of God, that is your sign. You don't need prophecy, you don't need visions. That response itself is God showing you that their spirit is not aligned with yours. Some love your energy, but hate your source. They want your peace, but reject your faith. They enjoy your prayers, but mock your God. That is not someone you should keep close. If you stay tethered to those who oppose your Creator, you're inviting spiritual warfare into your life every day. God is clear. Walk away. Don't explain. Don't argue. Don't negotiate. If someone resists or irritates you when you talk of faith, that is all the information you need. Your calling cannot afford to be surrounded by spiritual resistance. You need alignment, not confusion. Here is the beautiful part. As you clear out the fake and the toxic, God is sending real, loyal people into your life. People who pray with you, uplift you, don't want what you have. They want your healing, your peace, your soul to thrive. These divine connections are coming, but you must make room. You've never truly been loved the way you deserve. Not yet. But God is about to change that. These new people won't compete with you, use you, or drain you. They'll walk with you. They'll speak life into you. They'll respect your boundaries, your values, your calling. They're being trained just like you were. But there's a catch. If you don't let go of the wrong people, the right ones will never arrive. God doesn't pour fresh wine into old wineskins. Make space. These next relationships, whether friendships, partners, or mentors, will feel different. They'll feel like home. God does not issue multiple final warnings, and this is one of them. Delay any longer, and you could fall into traps not meant for you. Some doors will not reopen. Some attacks can be avoided, but only if you obey now. This is not just spiritual advice, it's a lifeline. The people you keep helping, the ones you're afraid to cut off, some of them are your downfall. You think you're being kind, but spiritually you're disobeying. God has told you through dreams, gut feelings, promptings, and now He's saying it loud. Stop before it costs everything. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. And the cost? Missed blessings, stalled healing, extended suffering. You've cried enough. Don't cry because you ignored this message. Act now. Yes, literally. So write the names down. Take a paper and pen. Ask God, who in my life has always taken but never given? Who gets uneasy when I speak of faith? Who drains me? That list is your instruction manual. God is telling you who to release. Don't hold back because of guilt or obligation. Don't let history keep you tied to someone killing your destiny. Some people were only meant to be in your life for a season, but you turned them into permanence. That ends today. Once the list is done, pray over it. Then create distance. You don't have to be cruel, but you must be clear. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. Obedience is not about comfort. It's about alignment, and you will never receive what's next while holding on to what's expired. The moment you say, enough, the blessings will rush in. Peace like you've never known, clarity, unexpected opportunities, real love. Why? Because you finally made space for what God has had ready all along. Don't expect the healing to be easy, but trust it will be worth it. Some people won't understand why you pulled away. Let them. You're not here to explain your obedience. You're here to grow, to heal, and step into your God-given purpose without apology. Believe this. The people who truly belong in your life will celebrate your boundaries, not resent them. And when you let go of what is killing you spiritually, emotionally, and financially, God will blow your mind with what's next. Your blessings are ready. Are you? Your peace is not a luxury, it's a command. God didn't die for you to live stressed, anxious, manipulated, or confused. He died so you could be free. And freedom starts with peace. You've let too many people disturb it for too long. You're not here to be everyone's healer. You're not here to be available 24/7 to those who never asked if you're okay. That ends now. Your peace is sacred, and protecting it is not selfish, it's spiritual warfare. When your spirit is calm, you hear God clearly. When it's disturbed, you become vulnerable to deception. Don't answer every call. Don't respond to every message. Don't chase those who walked away. Guard your mind, guard your space, guard your peace because it is holy ground. There are still some of you connected emotionally, spiritually, and energetically to people you haven't spoken to in years. That's a soul tie. And as long as it's there, your blessings are blocked. Soul ties aren't just romantic. They can form from trauma, manipulation, and unhealthy dependence. God is commanding you now. Break the tie. Cut it at the root. Pray. Fast. Renounce it. Release it. These hidden spiritual ropes are holding you back more than you know. That's why your dreams are stagnant. That's why your peace disappears. That's why you keep circling the same mountain. It's time. The chain-breaking season is here. You've cried. You've tried. You've begged for change. Now walk in obedience. The ties that bound no longer belong. And the moment you truly break them, your life begins to shift. There's a lie many chosen ones believe, that setting boundaries is rude or selfish or unloving. But God is revealing something deeper. Boundaries are holy. They are a spiritual fence around your peace, your purpose, and your anointing. Without them, your soul becomes a playground for those who only want to take. Setting boundaries isn't just wise, it's divine obedience. People who get upset when you draw lines were benefiting from your lack of them. They loved the version of you who never said no, the version who always showed up, even when it cost everything. But God didn't call you to be available to everyone. He called you to be faithful to Him first. If they walk away because of your boundaries, let them. You're not losing them, you're losing bondage. When Jesus Christ walked this earth, He had boundaries. He withdrew from the crowds to rest. He didn't heal every person. He wasn't available to everyone all the time. Why? Because divine purpose requires divine protection. And in this season, your peace must be guarded like your prayers. Guard your space like it's sacred, because it is. Stop apologizing for rest. Stop explaining your number. Stop feeling guilty for protecting your peace. Each time you set a boundary, you tell God you finally value what He placed inside you. That is not weakness. That is spiritual strength. One of the most exhausting things you'll ever do is try to explain your heart to people determined to misunderstand you. These are the ones who twist your words, mock your growth, and cast you as the villain in the story they wrote. And no matter how many times you try, they refuse to see you. Let them go. God didn't call you to be understood by everyone. He called you to be faithful. You're wasting time trying to get validation from hearts closed to truth. Stop talking to closed minds. Stop fighting for a seat at a table God never asked you to sit at. They don't see you, not because you're unclear, but because they're spiritually blind. Jesus Himself was misunderstood, even by His own family, but He did not waste time defending Himself to those who didn't believe. He walked in purpose anyway. You must do the same. The right people will hear your heart without elaborate explanation. The wrong ones will twist your truth no matter what you say. Your life is not a courtroom. Stop putting yourself on trial for people who never gave you a fair chance. Live, love, obey God, and let the rest talk. Your actions will speak louder than their accusations ever could. The mere fact that you are reading this is evidence. You were chosen, handpicked by God, set apart for a divine assignment. Yet so many chosen ones exhaust themselves trying to prove their worth to people who never recognized their value. That ends now. You don't need to perform. You just need to be. You were chosen before they ignored you. You were appointed before they rejected you. You were set apart before they doubted your dreams. Stop chasing approval from people who did not create you. Their opinions are not divine confirmations, they're distractions. And you don't need them to validate what God already established. God did not wait for a vote before He called you. So stop waiting for applause before you move forward. Your value is not based on who claps for you. It's based on who called you, and God called you worthy, anointed, and unstoppable. The only remaining step is for you to walk in that truth with boldness. Let them underestimate you. Let them talk. Let them question. Your fruit will speak louder than their words. The life you live in obedience to God will shine brighter than any explanation ever could. And one day, the very people who overlooked you will have to admit you were chosen all along. This will sting, but you need to hear it. Your delay is not always the enemy's fault. Sometimes it's your own disobedience. God told you to walk away, and you stayed. He told you to say no, and you said yes. He told you to rest, and you kept pushing. And now you wonder why your breakthrough hasn't arrived. It's not that He didn't hear you. It's that you didn't listen. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. Every day you ignore the promptings, convictions, your gut. You choose comfort over calling, and comfort is a silent killer of destiny. God is not coming to punish you. He is waiting for your obedience. Your next season is ready, but you're still holding on to the last one out of fear. Obedience often feels scary because it requires faith, but the moment you step into it, doors open, clarity arrives, peace returns, opportunities find you. Why? Because God blesses movement, not excuses. If He told you to let them go, let them go. If He told you to launch, launch. If He told you to be still, be still. Your obedience is the key that unlocks what you've been praying for. You've been praying. This is not the season to hesitate. Every delay costs you time, energy, peace. Don't let disobedience steal another year from you. God is giving you one more chance to move. Don't miss it. When you were in your lowest valley, broken, hurting, and lost, some chose silence. Some chose absence. Others chose mockery. And now that God is lifting you, healing you, and bringing you into your season, they want to return as if they never left. But remember, those who vanished in your pain do not deserve a seat in your promise. God saw how they ignored you when you were desperate for encouragement, how they brushed you off when you just needed someone to say, "I believe in you." Those moments were not accidents, they were revelations. Pain reveals truth, and their absence spoke louder than their presence ever could. Don't pretend it didn't hurt. Acknowledge it and let it sharpen your boundaries. It is tempting to prove yourself to them now, to show how far you've come. But don't. That is not your assignment. Your only responsibility is to protect what God is building in your life. Not everyone cheering you on is genuine. Some only show up when it's convenient. They don't deserve this version of you, the version that had to fight alone to become whole again. Forgiveness is freedom. It's not about excusing what they did. It's about releasing yourself from it. But hear this, forgiveness does not mean re-entry. Just because you forgive doesn't mean you invite them back. Some seasons are over, and God closed them for a reason. You're not being cold, you're being called. And there is a huge difference. Reconnecting with those who once wounded you just because you've forgiven is like stepping into fire after you've healed your burns. That's not grace, that's self-sabotage. Jesus forgave those who crucified him, but he didn't come down to dinner with them. He pressed onward. He fulfilled his mission. You must do the same. Don't let emotion, guilt, or pressure trick you into rekindling relationships God has already buried. The closure you need comes from the clarity God gave you. Protect your peace and your progress. You owe no explanation for why you forgave but didn't reconnect. You are not bitter, you are wise. Forgiveness frees you. Reconnection is a choice, and not everyone qualifies to walk into your next chapter. You are not just nice. You are a carrier of oil, an anointing, a divine power, and that oil is not meant to be spilled on people who only take. You have been pouring into broken cups. Cups full of holes, cups that spill your gift and never say thank you. And now you are spiritually drained. Your energy, your wisdom, your help, your prayers, they are precious. But the enemy knows if he can keep you distracted by empty vessels, you'll never fulfill your kingdom purpose. That's why you're tired. That's why your peace is low. Because you're pouring into people who never thought to pour back. It's time to redirect your oil. God gave it for kingdom work, to heal the broken, uplift the chosen, walk in purpose. not to fix adults who refuse to grow, not to babysit people who refuse truth, not to heal those who won't face it. Your oil is sacred. Guard it. Start asking, God, who is this oil for? Before you pour into anyone else, you're not obligated to keep pouring into those who treat your gift like it's common. If you keep doing that, you'll be burned out, bitter, and far from your calling. It's time to pour with purpose, not pity. Just because someone is nice doesn't mean they're sent by heaven. Some of the sweetest smiles hide the darkest intentions. The scriptures warn us, do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap. Galatians 6:7. The Bible also reminds, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Galatians 6:2. But the same word tells us, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. The truth is clear. Discernment is not optional, it's essential. Jesus said, be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Matthew 10:16. You don't always need to confront. You don't always need to react. Occasionally, the wisest action is silence and observation. When you speak less, you hear more, and when you hear more, you see clearly. Their true intentions, their heart posture, their loyalty, all become obvious in your quiet. You have talked yourself into spiritual exhaustion. You've defended your heart to people who never cared. But now you are entering a season of quiet discernment, a season where your watchfulness will speak louder than your words. The most dangerous people often expose themselves when they believe you're not watching. So watch, observe patterns. Don't be fooled by apologies without change or words without fruit. When you stop trying to force clarity, God will reveal it. And when he does, believe it, even if it hurts. And if it hurts, silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Letting go hurts. Obedience often feels like loss. You may cry, you may grieve, you may feel empty, but trust this, God would not ask you to release something unless he plans to replace it with something better. Your rest, your peace, your restoration, it's hidden in your obedience. Right now, you're being stretched. You're being called to let go of people, places, habits, and relationships that once felt safe. But safety alone isn't always spiritual. Just because something is familiar doesn't mean it's from God. That's why he is pulling you away from it, not to punish you, but to prepare you. You don't fully see yet, but the moment you obey, heaven begins to align in your favor. The right people, the right doors, the right timing, all begin to unfold once you surrender. You won't have to force it. You won't have to fight for it. Obedience invites divine rest because you are no longer carrying what God never asked you to. Let go. Let it fall. Let them walk away. And then rest in the assurance that God never leaves empty hands. What you lose in obedience, you will gain back in overflow. God has waited for you to clear the space. You've cried for real love, true friendship, authentic support, but you remained surrounded by people who didn't value you. That was the blockage. God can't send new connections into a heart already overcrowded with betrayal, manipulation, and fake loyalty. You must release to receive. The wrong people won't just delay your blessings, they'll poison them. They will twist your joy, drain your peace, distract you from your purpose. Some are not even bad people, they're just not assigned to your next season. Keeping them around out of guilt, fear, or nostalgia is like planting fresh seeds in contaminated soil. Nothing can grow. The moment you make room, the right people begin to appear. People who speak life into your soul, not death. People who pray for you behind your back, not gossip about you in group chats. People who correct you with love, not shame. These are kingdom connections. And if you keep walking in the path, your life will pivot. Your joy will ascend. Your peace will settle. Your purpose will roar. Hear this. You were chosen. You were set apart. You were crafted for an assignment bigger than their opinions, bigger than their betrayal, bigger than their lack of vision for you. You were chosen before they ignored you. You were appointed before they rejected you. And now you rise. Don't wait for a vote, a nod, an applause. God called you. You are worthy. You are anointed. You are unstoppable. The only thing left is to walk in that truth with boldness. Let them underestimate you. Let them talk. Let their doubts become background noise. Your fruit will speak. The life you live in alignment with God will shine brighter than any explanation ever could. And one day, the very people who overlooked you will have to admit, you were chosen all along. It will sting. But you needed to hear it. Your delay is not always the enemy's fault. It can be your own hesitation. God told you to step, and you stood still. He told you to let go, and you held on. He told you to rest, and you kept striving. And now, you wonder why the breakthrough hasn't come. It's not that he didn't hear you, it's that you didn't listen. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. Every day you ignore the promptings, you choose comfort over calling. And comfort is a silent killer of destiny. God is not punishing you, He is waiting for your obedience. Your next season is ready, but you are still holding on to the last one out of fear. Obedience often feels scary because it calls for faith. But once you step into it, doors open, clarity comes, peace returns, opportunities find you, because God blesses movement, not excuses. If He told you to let them go, let them go. If He told you to launch, launch. If He said, be still, be still. Your obedience is the key that unlocks your prayers. This is not the time to hesitate. Every delay costs you something: time, energy, peace. Don't let disobedience steal another year from you. God is giving you one more chance to move. Don't miss it. When you found yourself in your lowest valley, broken, hurting, lost, some chose silence, some chose absence, others mockery. And now that God is lifting you, healing you, bringing you into your season, they want to return like nothing happened. But know this: those who vanished in your pain do not deserve a seat in your promise. God saw how they ignored you when you needed encouragement, how they brushed you off when you just needed someone to say, I believe in you. Those moments were revelations, not accidents. Pain reveals truth, and their absence spoke louder than their presence ever could. Don't pretend it didn't hurt. Acknowledge it. Let it guide your boundaries. It is tempting to want to prove yourself to them now, to show them how far you've come, but don't. That is not your role. Your only job is to protect what God is building in your life. Not every applause was genuine. Some only show up when it's convenient. They don't deserve this version of you, the one who fought alone to become whole again. Forgiveness is freedom. It isn't about excusing the past. It is about releasing you. But hear this: forgiveness doesn't mean re-entry. Just because you forgive doesn't mean you invite them back. Some seasons are over, and God ended them for a reason. You're not being cold, you're obeying. And there is a huge difference. Reconnecting with someone who once injured you because you've forgiven them is like stepping back into fire after you healed your burn. That's not grace. That's self-sabotage. Jesus forgave those who persecuted him, but he didn't dine with them afterwards. He moved on. He fulfilled his mission. You must do the same. Don't let emotions, pressure, or guilt trick you into rekindling relationships God has already buried. The closure you need is in the clarity God gave you. Protect your peace and your progress. You owe no explanation for forgiving but not reconnecting. You're not bitter, you're wise. Forgiveness is for healing. Reconnection is a decision, and not everyone qualifies to walk with you into your next chapter. You are not simply kind, you are a vessel of oil, of anointing, of divine power. And that oil is not meant to flow into empty, broken cups that never appreciate it. You have been pouring into cracked vessels, cups full of holes, cups that spill everything you give and never give back. And now you are spiritually spent. Your energy, your wisdom, your help, your prayers, they are precious. But the enemy knows if he can keep you distracted with empty vessels, you won't stand in your kingdom purpose. That's why you're tired. That's why your peace is low. Because you're pouring into people who won't ever pour back. It's time to redirect your oil. God gave it to you for the kingdom, to heal, uplift, walk in purpose, not to babysit grown adults who refuse growth, not to fix people who won't face truth. Your oil is sacred. Guard it. Begin asking, God, who is this oil for? Before you pour into others, don't pour into those who treat your gift like it's common. If you keep doing that, you will end up burned out, bitter, and far from your calling. It's time to pour with purpose, not pity, because just because someone looks nice doesn't mean they come from heaven. Some of the sweetest smiles hide the darkest intentions. The Bible tells us, do not be deceived. Galatians 6:7. It also teaches that boundaries aren't only honorable, they're commanded. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. James 4:7. Discernment is not optional, it is critical. People may speak scripture, attend church, quote verses, but if the spirit behind it isn't clean, it is nothing. That's why you felt uneasy even when everything looked good. Your spirit sensed what your eyes could not see. God is saying, stop trusting appearance. Start testing spirit. What fruit does their life produce? Do they uplift you or drain you? Do they love truth or avoid it? Do they support your purpose or sidetrack you? The answers are staring you in the face. You just have to open your eyes. You've been hurt because you trusted people based on impressions. No more. In this next season, your discernment must sharpen. Pray before you connect. Pause before you commit. Discern before you trust. Because the enemy knows how to appear as a blessing when he's really a trap. You don't always need to confront. You don't need to explain. Sometimes the wisest move is silence and observation. People always reveal themselves if you just stop talking long enough to watch. When you speak less, you hear more, and when you hear more, you see clearly. Their true intentions, heart posture, loyalty, it all becomes obvious in quiet. You've talked yourself into spiritual fatigue. You've defended your heart to people who never cared. But now, you're entering a season of watchful silence. A season where your vigilance will speak louder than your words. The most dangerous people often expose themselves when they believe you're not watching. So watch. Observe patterns. Don't be fooled by apologies without change or words without fruit. When you stop forcing clarity, God reveals it. And when he does, believe it, even if it hurts. Silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Letting go hurts. Obedience often feels like loss. You might cry, grieve, feel empty, but trust this. God never asks you to release unless He plans to replace. Your rest, your peace, your restoration, it's in your obedience. Now you're being stretched. You're being called to release people, places, habits, relationships that once felt safe. But safety alone isn't always spiritual. Just because something is familiar doesn't mean it's from God. That's why He is pulling you away, not to punish, but to prepare for better. You don't see yet, but the moment you obey, heaven begins to align for you. The right people, doors, timing, they start to unfold. You won't have to fight. You won't have to force. Obedience invites rest, because you're no longer holding what God never asked you to. Let go, let it fall, let them walk. Then rest in the assurance that God never leaves empty-handed. What you lose in obedience, you gain back in overflow. God has waited for you to clear the space. You cried out for real love, true friendship, authentic support, but you stood surrounded by those who didn't value you. That was your blockage. God cannot send new connections into a heart already overcrowded with betrayal and fake loyalty. You must release to receive. The wrong people won't just delay your blessings, they'll contaminate them. They will twist your joy, drain your peace, distract your purpose. Some aren't even bad. They're just not assigned to your next season. Keeping them around out of guilt, nostalgia, fear is like planting good seeds in poisoned soil. Nothing grows. The moment you make room, the right people appear. People who speak life into your soul, not death. People who pray you into your destiny, not gossip you into the past. People who correct you with love, not shame. These are kingdom connections, and you will begin to live differently. You will walk differently. You will love differently. You will receive differently, because you will no longer settle. You're choosing alignment. You're choosing truth. You're choosing Him. Hear this again. You are chosen, equipped, anointed, set apart. You were handpicked by God long before they overlooked you, long before they rejected you. Your value is not in their applause. It's in the voice that called you. God said it. He appointed you. And now you arise, boldly, unapologetically, fearlessly. The only remaining step. Walk in the truth of your identity. Let them underestimate. Let them talk. Let them doubt, because your fruit will speak louder than any accusation. And one day, the ones who ignored you will have no choice but to admit you were chosen all along. It will sting, but you needed to hear it. Your delay isn't always the enemy's fault. It can come from delay in obeying. God told you to step forward, and you paused. He told you to let go, and you held on. He told you to rest, and you pushed on. And now you wonder, why hasn't my breakthrough come? It's not that He didn't hear you. It's you didn't listen. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. Each time you ignore the prompting, you choose comfort over calling, and comfort is a silent killer of destiny. God is not punishing you. He is waiting for your move. Your next season is ready, but you're still stuck in the last one because you feared. Obedience often feels scary because it demands faith. But once you step, doors open, clarity arrives, peace descends, opportunities spot you, because God blesses movement, not excuses. If He told you to let them go, let them go. If He told you launch, launch. If He told you rest, rest. Your obedience is the key that unlocks your prayers. This is not the season to hesitate. Every day you delay costs you time, energy, peace. Don't let disobedience rob you of another year. God is giving you one more chance to move. Don't miss it. When you were in your lowest valley, broken, hurting, lost, some chose silence, absence, mockery. And now God lifts you, heals you, brings you into your season. They want to return like nothing happened. But remember, those who vanished in your pain do not belong in your promise. God saw how they ignored you when you needed someone to say, "I believe in you." Those moments were revelations, not accidents. Pain reveals truth. Their absence spoke louder than presence ever could. Don't pretend it didn't hurt. Acknowledge it. Let it sharpen your boundaries. It is tempting to prove yourself to them now, to show them how far you've come, but don't. That is not your assignment. Your job, protect what God's building in your life. Not everyone cheering you on is genuine. Some only show up when convenient. They don't deserve this version of you, the one who fought alone to become whole. Forgiveness is freedom, not excusing the past, but releasing you. But forgiveness does not guarantee reconnection. Just because you forgive doesn't mean you invite back the ones who wounded you. Some seasons end, and God ended them for a reason. You're not cold, you're called, and there's a massive difference. Reconnecting with those who once wounded you just because you've forgiven is like stepping into fire after you've healed the burn. That's not grace, it's self-sabotage. Jesus forgave, but he didn't dine with them afterward. He moved forward. He fulfilled his mission. You must follow that example. Don't let emotion, guilt, or pressure trick you into rekindling relationships God already buried. The closure you need lies in the clarity God gave you. Protect your peace and your progress. You owe no explanation to those you forgave but never reconnected with. You are not bitter, you're wise. Forgiveness frees. Reconnection is a choice, and not everyone qualifies for the next chapter. You are more than kind. You are a bearer of oil, anointing, divine purpose. And your oil is not for those who only take, not for broken cups rimmed with holes. Your energy, your wisdom, your prayers, they are valuable. But the enemy knows if he keeps you pouring into empty vessels, you'll never step into your kingdom assignment. That's why you're exhausted. That's why your peace is low. Because you're investing in those who can never repay. It's time to redirect your oil. God gave it for kingdom work, to heal, uplift, walk in purpose, not to babysit adults who refuse to grow or face truth. Your oil is sacred. Protect it. Start asking, God, who is this oil for? Before you pour into someone else, don't pour into those who treat your gift like it's common. If you keep doing that, you'll be burnout, bitter, far from your calling. It's time to pour with purpose, not from pity, because nice looks don't guarantee divine assignment. Some of the sweetest smiles hide the darkest intent. The scriptures say it. Set boundaries. Test the spirit. Guard your heart. Walk in truth. Choose you. Choose God. Your breakthrough is here. The season of reset has begun. The harvest is ready. The seed you sow now will flourish. Stand firm. Step into your call. You were made for this. So rise, move, obey, and watch how heaven rearranges your world.